Hey guys, welcome back. Well, I hope I'm not annoying you with this quad stuff, but every year I go out quad camping. Obviously I like doing it. There's no better feeling when you're jumping in the quad, you pack it up and you can dart off just camping out of the quad, a few nights, a week or whatever. But every time I do a trip, I try and if something needs bettering, I try and better it, or make things a bit more easy or practical. Or it's no different to you're setting up your vehicle, you take it out camping and then you realise, oh, that could be a bit easier, or I might go that way. And that's what I do with my quad camp trip. But ever since heading out with Ant-Man, the other fella on the quad, he has his little cooker, his little gadget. I thought that's pretty cool. For what he's doing, that's awesome. What I usually run with was the single burner, and I like them things. They're practical, but I just I don't know, I just wanted to try and small down in size for one and just go something different, something a bit more practical for me. When you're camping out of the quad, everything that you can compact down really does help, and especially when it comes to weight wise. But what I wanted to replace it with, I still wanted to replace it, but it still had to be practical to use on the ute camp. So obviously I've gone, gases for the camper trailer, and I just use induction. But for the ute camp, I still want to run the gas because when I'm in the ute, I do a lot of cooking on the fire. I still keep it simple on the ute camp. I'm still cooking with gas and stuff like that. I wanted to get a setup that was practical because I don't want to have three, one for the ute, one for the quad camps and one for the camper trailer. Camper trailer separate and one for the ute and the quad. It had to be kind of doable for both situations, for going out in the quad and going out in the camper trailer. So finally, I kind of come up with something. I come across something. And yes, the guys did send this stuff out. It's fire maple, but the brands I was looking at, the fire maple was one of them, because that's what they do. Is I was looking in more to the hiking side of things, more portable, light kits, and they were one of the ones that come up. And well, it's not the first time this has happened to me when I'm looking at something and something like this happens for me. So I'll give you a rundown. So this is their cooker. Loving the size of their cooker. Yes, you still got to have a gas bottle with it, but the size of that compared to what I used to have, your single canister cookers, that's a big difference. And it's not that heavy at all neither. That's what that uses, them sort of style canisters. So I think I went to Kmart and I picked up quite a few of these. I think they were $4.50 each. Now, I'm not going to cook on it every night, that's something I don't do because I know how quick your little gas can run out at times. But one thing I do every morning is coffee, because sometimes your wood's just too wet. Yeah, so I don't generally cook on them every night because I do cook on the fire, but every morning, without a doubt, most likely I will do me coffee water on it. But that's that. This is a nifty little gadget. I'll show you that too. That's like a hot plate grill, which is good because I love me big rump steak, stuff like that. This one here, so I'll do run with I got that other kit I was showing you that pretty much packs down like this, like a nesting sort of pots and pans. But keeping, like I said, I really just wanted to keep that. I was using it for everything, but the weight of that thing's a bit heavier, and I just rather keep that as my good setup, my main setup. And then this here can just stay in the ute, and a hell of a lot lighter, this setup, compared to what I was running for the quad camp. And bear in mind, when I pack up that trailer, it can get a bit of weight, so you really want to try and drop your weight on your quad camp as well. Oh, I do anyway. This is called the Feast 4. All this is from that mob called Fire Maple. You probably would have heard of it if you're looking into things like this. They're pretty big known brand for it, I've noticed. Like I said, that's every time I search something like what Ant-Man had, this is what come up, these guys. But here we are, so take this out. Everything was well packed. I've obviously had it all out and that. I wanted to take it out and have a look for myself. Bit of a non-stick thing. Look, I don't know how long they're going to be non-stick for, but nothing but a bit of oil won't help. They feel good quality for what they are. They're hiking gear, so you know, they're going to be light, they're going to be thin. But hence the fact why I went the grill. But this here can be for other things, you know, little things, fish cakes, anything like that, whatever you want to cook with it. So that's your fry pan. They have half decent handles, or real decent handles, you know, they really click into place. You know they're not gonna wanna turn back over. For those who run with these sort of handles will know if you don't set it up properly, they'll let go on you. But yeah, that's the little pan to give you an idea. It's not huge, you know, but it's definitely big enough. Pop that one over here. Basket, it come with the little basket as well. Over here, so this is your bigger pot. Same thing, handle pops open. They all got the same handle. So that's your lid for that one. Just like my other kit, it has the holes in it, so you can use it as a strainer and everything all in one. Good for when you're doing pastas or rice or veggies or whatever you're doing in it. So this is a 2 litre pot, to give you an idea. All your like lids sit inside. They're not just sitting on top, so they insert inside, so they're not going to just fall off easy on you, which is really good when you do come to pouring. You can't like slip, if you know what I mean. Had that happen to me in the past. But you even got your little handle, so they fold down. If you want to keep it up, it's got like a little notch that you can move to the side and it stays up. And you got your littler one. Sometimes, yeah, I think I will though. Sometimes I think, well, I don't need it all, so I won't have it all in there, but why not? Because it's all going to take up the same space and it's not a whole lot of extra weight, so I'd probably rather be looking at an extra pot or pan than looking for it if I do need it. Here's your 1.5 litre, and you got, comes with these little serving dishes, I don't know, like probably for rice or something like that, but ain't no way that's going to fit a meal in there to feed me. But I guess it'd be good for if I'm chopping up onions, you know, I'm chopping up olives. They're good little holding dishes to have sitting around camp, because your chopping board can only fit so much stuff on it. So that's where these little things I'm feeling would come in handy for what I get up to. Sauces, I love sweet chili sauce and fish. Put your sauce in there, dipping, oh yum. It's got a little like a spatula or whatnot, so you can grab the stuff out, or you know, if you do have youngins or whatever, you know, I don't usually, I just flick it out, but yeah. And then kettle, deadliest little kettle. I like it. It is only tiny. I'm not sure how much water it actually holds, but I reckon it'd fill me Yeti. But for 2 people, you might need to fill it up again, you know, but I guess it's just designed so it folds small and it'll nest inside each other, and it's still what it is. It's a kettle, so it'll come in handy. Cute little thing to have around. And therefore, if you don't use your water, all of your water, you can still put a lid on it and not have to worry about trying to pour it back somewhere or put it back into something else. Water's life, mate, can't waste it. And I'm guessing, oh, it wouldn't weigh a kilo. She's pretty light. Like I said, that's hiking gear for you, so probably the biggest thing for these is I wouldn't just let them sit there on a scorching hot thing and, you know, expect it to not burn a bit. Just, you'd have to just control your temperature a little bit when it comes to lighter stuff. But they're good for what they're made for. So that's, yeah, your Feast 4. I think you get them in a couple of colours. I think they come in an orange too. Orange and a black or whatnot, dark grey. So I went this one. I reckon she's a deadly little kit. Now, this one, pull this one out. This is cool. I've seen this. So as I was saying for the fry pan, look, I love me big, everything has its own purpose. I love me big steaks, and the steaks I like are just a little bit bigger than what can fit in that. But that'll have its purpose. But when I do get a nice big steak or a bit of mutton or fish or whatever, this is where I'll be going. Like if you just like cooking on hot plates and stuff like this, you may not need a kit like that, you know. The old Feast 4 kit, that might do you if you're just doing your steaks, your sausages, your you know, chops, whatever. You might get away with just something like that, and that is a little bit more. Like this, far out, this here would probably weigh not much lighter than that whole kit. So give you an idea, and it's a non-stick, got a bit of a grill thing happening. half decent quality, that thing. So, but yeah, it's a lot more thicker, heavier base on it than the other stuff. Got little handles. Pull them up like such. You can control it. Neat little carry case. And what it does have is, like, on the bottom here you can put in your so it slides in. I hope you can see that all right. Slides in under there, sits into place, and when you're cooking, that's like a little drip thing. So your oils and that can drip out, but I'd be putting a little cup under that, catching all them oils and making my gravy out of it. That's flavour, baby. But yeah, and you got a little screw in here, that yarn screw, so it can drip out. But if you don't want to use it, you just leave your screw in there. Let all the juices stay inside what you're cooking. So that's that. And this here tees up really well with this bad boy. I'm impressed. I like this. I really do like it. Like I said, it's compact. It's smaller than the other setup I had, and it's pretty light considering. But the whole thing is stainless. So, well, you know, most of it, I'd say, is all stainless. That's its little carry case, to give you an idea. That's the size of it with my hand. But yeah, it's not too big at all. This here is just gonna be an all-rounder for me. It's gonna do everything for the ute and the quad. It's like a bit of a remote stove. So there's your little gas line. You probably got about, I don't know, that'd be 40 or 50 centimeters long. Nice little controller on top, which is not too light to move. It's got a bit of what do you call it, like resistance about it. Yeah, you can't just bump it and it won't just shoot a huge flame or knock the flame out straight away as soon as you bump it. But here, got your little legs. Yeah, legs, sorry. Well, your legs for your pots, so you can fold them out. But there's another good thing about them too. Underneath, so these legs kind of like lock into place. You open up and they'll sit there. They don't move around as easy as your pot legs. So that's them. That folds out. So it's a nice stable little cooker, which is what I want as well. You know. Not worrying about it knocking over in a bit of wind or anything. It has a little igniter, so you can, like anything though, sometimes these things can go, I've noticed, especially if you let it over boil and whatever you're cooking and it goes on it. But it's easy cleaned and easy fixed. But yeah, it has that little igniter on there. This is your canister, so it just screws onto these bad boys. Put him over here so you can see. There's your little control knob. Probably won't, well, you might be able to hear it through that. Don't want to waste gas, but yeah, I'll give you a look at that. But these things here, so say, I did have one thing that, yeah, so the smaller pot, and when you put it on, it doesn't feel right, it's not close enough. So this thing here doesn't feel close enough for it to sit on properly. Well, when you got a small cup or anything like that, if you had a stainless mug or something you're boiling your water in, you can just fold them little bad boys back in and that can sit on there. So you don't, you know, it feels a bit sturdier then. But then that's for your smaller pots and pans. So they fit on there, you know, good. But then when you do get your bigger ones, you can just pop them back out again. For instance, this is just, these two are a match made in heaven. That sits on there like that, and that's pretty sturdy. Them legs go all the way. You can feel it come all the way out to the outside, so it's not going to want to tumble on you. But yeah, that's why I wanted to get that as well. You know, that is just the bomb. Doesn't weigh a lot. Got a little bit of weight to it. I reckon this whole setup, what you're looking at, take out the gas. I don't know. I'm going to guess. $1.5 kilos, two at the most, I reckon, 2 kilos. So that's my whole cooker setup. That's including the gas cooker, including that, you know, your big hot plate, and then all my pots and pans and my knives and forks. They weigh stuff all, you know, and showing a what do you call it, a pair of tongs or whatnot. Doesn't weigh much at all. So I really have dropped my weight down for that. It's all about weight when you're living on the road nowadays, that's for sure. But yeah, so that's a bonus for all that when it comes to weight. But also practicality, you know, the size of it. It doesn't take up much room for me. So I don't got to worry about the space when it comes to the quad camp. We'll start this bad boy up. I don't think, well, down south you might. Up where I am, you don't really have to worry about the cold too much, but yeah, sometimes your single cookers, your little canister cookers can freeze up when it gets too cold, the gas. Well, these have like what they call heating tubes or whatnot. As the gas flows through it, the heat off the cooker heats up the gas enough so it's not going to freeze up on you. How mad's that? So no more worrying about when you start your single burn, you want your cough and your flame goes from that to after it freezes. So don't got to worry about that anymore. Gonna turn this thing on. You got good control of your temperature as well. So turn that one on. She's going. She's a clean flame, that's for sure. Here we go. All right. This is all a learning curve for me too. This is the first time I've had it going, but I haven't cooked on it yet. I wanted to keep it clean for you. Hey, this bad boy. Gonna show it on. Gonna drop that down a little bit. I reckon this thing's gonna be a lot better in the wind than my other cooker as well. If I didn't already say that. That tide's pushing in there. How cool is that? Oh, it's beautiful out this way. Anyway, we're cooking. We need to cook a feed because we're going to have a decent day. We're going to do kebabs. Fucking pins and needles. All right. Oh, yum. Pop him over here. Might give him a little bit more. They're starting to sizzle. I don't get too ahead of myself. Beautiful. Yummo. That is done. Can't be long. I just realised my battery's nearly flat. Alright, so, wait there, I'll test. One thing I've learnt with cooking on certain things too, especially stainless, don't be impatient, don't try and turn it straight away. That's when it'll stick, just let it unstick itself, if that makes sense. Anyway guys, now she's flashing at me. Thanks, if you like anything you see, I will obviously have a link in the description and that. I think they've also given a discount code as well you can use if you want. But yeah, so jump on, and like I said, this is all fire maple gear. Thanks again. Don't forget, every Monday afternoons I have my actual episodes up about our life, what we get up to. And then, like I said, these are little bonuses. If you do want to help support the page, guys, www.thecampman.com.au, and yeah, we got a bit of merch and stuff like that on there. All right then guys, cheers I'm gonna have feed and watch this water come in. Come here. Here, it's hot. See you guys.